Chapter 5. Giving up the belief of doership leads to happiness and peace. Arjuna said, "You praise renunciation of all activities, but you also praise yoga, devotional service. Please tell me which one is more beneficial." Krishna answers, "Both renouncing the results of one's work, which is sannyasa, and work in devotion, karma yoga, give no karmic results and bondage. But karma yoga is better than karma sannyasa." Comment. Krishna recommends to first work selflessly, which is sannyasa, through renouncing attachment to results as per 6.1. And karma means action as well as result. And second, that selfless work is much easier and superior as per 5.6 when done for God or for bodily needs, than as per the Samkhya philosophy just for the sake of work. And third, he recommends giving up the ahamkara belief because work is not done by us and would bind us through responsibility or karma if we kept the results. We should be like an employee who doesn't claim business profits and cannot therefore be bound by rewards and punishments. Sannyasa, or abandoning the desire for the results, is a purely mental process as explained in the next verse and applies to both Samkhya and Karma Yoga. A person working for God can look very busy, might be rich, and cannot be distinguished from the outside. Arjuna and his 4 brothers owned the whole planet after the war, and Krishna motivated him to marry as a second wife Krishna's most beautiful sister Subhadra by abduction. Krishna wants the best for his devotees depending on their character or nature. But understand that Krishna cannot and does not help without surrendering because he is impartial to his whole creation. Instead, he gives us the knowledge to go within and connect to him, which is yoga. And when you surrender to him, his secret promises mentioned later apply and overrule promises he has given to not yet surrendered people. Krishna first promised not to fight, but then attacked Bhishma with a chariot wheel to save Arjuna. At this moment Bhishma surrendered, but got shot by everyone, and Arjuna held Krishna back to stop him from breaking his vow. This is a beautiful painting. Bhishma, opposing Krishna, lost his position and health despite having his father's blessing of being able to choose the time of his death in exchange for his vow of celibacy and the kingdom. We are being shown that selfish desires do not work out and how to surrender. In the long run, nature is, as Krishna said, unpredictable, ever-changing, and always ends with death. So the best way to deal with life is to stay calm and look within. First, what is my nature, character, and caste, and just focus on my job. Second, with time the soul will be able to inspire and guide us to what the universe wants us to do. But the fruit will remain sweet-sour as for everyone. The difference is that a person of God might get honored and achieve more, but the ups and downs remain. Krishna continues, a true sannyasi is known as one who never hates nor desires. He is free from the concept of good and bad, nirdvandva, is happy and independent. Only the ignorant say that Samkhya and Yoga are different. The learned never say this. Even while being fixed on one path, the result of both is achieved. The place which is attained by Samkhya is also attained by Yoga. One who really sees notices that Samkhya and Yoga are the same. But renouncing work, sannyasa, without a connection to God creates pain. The wise, doing God-connected activities, quickly attains the Brahman, God. Although working, a person with all these qualities is never bound by its results. He who is God-connected in yoga is a soul purified from selfishness and sense of ownership, is a self-realized soul aware of the soul, has conquered the senses, and is a soul that sees a soul in all beings. I certainly do nothing, thinks one who knows and is in a yoga connection, although he is seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, going, dreaming, breathing, talking, giving up stool and semen, receiving, opening and closing the eyes. He is convinced that it is only the 11 senses which are engaged among the sense objects. Who bases all works onto the Brahman, God, and works while giving up the attachment to the results, he will never get tainted by sin like a lotus leaf by water. A yogi works only with the body, mind, intelligence, and senses with the aim of giving up and purifying the self from attachments. Who is connected to God and abandons the results of his work attains eternal peace. Who is not connected to God and works with desires becomes attached to his fruits, and the attachment entangles him. By giving up all mental beliefs that it is him who is doing anything, the soul remains happy. The soul neither does anything nor is causing any work to be done. God neither creates the sense of ownership, the duties of people, nor gives the fruits of their actions. All this is caused by one's own nature and beliefs. The Omnipresent never takes anyone's sin, nor virtuous merits. The beings are deceived because their knowledge is covered by not knowing. But knowledge about the self destroys the ignorance about the self. The knowledge about the soul illuminates the highest truth like the rising sun, whose intelligence, soul, belief, and striving are towards God, gets liberated without returning. His knowledge prevents him from committing sin. Through knowledge about the self and humility, the learned certainly sees as equally important a priest, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater. Comment. They are all bound through their work, karma, and will continually rise and fall according to their nature and character in this game of snakes and ladders called samsara. Who is honorable today can fall to the lowest tomorrow, and vice versa, because they work self-servingly and have to reap what they sow. Instead, we focus on knowledge, humility, being selfless, and God-focused, which reaps nothing except mental peace and selflessness and is a karma. Krishna continues, one has conquered this creation in this life when he becomes equiposed in his mind. God, the Brahman, is flawlessly equal toward all, and therefore is the equiposed yogi in Brahman. He neither rejoices when getting the desirable, nor becomes agitated when receiving the undesirable. With complete knowledge, an equiposed mind, and knowing the Brahman, he is situated in the Brahman. The soul that is unattached to sensual pleasures finds his happiness in the Supersoul. The soul that is surrendered to the divine Brahman through yoga experiences unlimited happiness. The pleasures which come from the contact with the objects are truly a source of misery, as they have a beginning and an end. Kaunteya, son of Kunti, the wise never rejoices in them. Who can tolerate in this body the forces of desire and anger is a united and surrendered yogi, and a happy person. Who finds happiness within, is rejoicing within, and noticing the inner light, is a yogi and will attain the non-place of God, Brahma Nirvana, and live with God. A rishi has reached the non-place of God, Brahma Nirvana, when his sinning has stopped, all doubts are overcome, his soul is fixed on God, and he rejoices to work for the welfare of all beings. The saintly who are free from desire and anger and have a saintly thinking already fully live in the non-place of God, Brahma Nirvana, being knowing souls. Keeping external sense influences out, focusing with their eyes between the eyebrows, keeping the outgoing and ingoing breath equally moving within the nostrils, regulating the senses, mind and intellect, the munis who are focused on liberation and are free from desire, fear and anger are certainly always liberated from nature, the binding reactions of work, and the sense of ownership, ahamkara, which is self-identification. They attain peace by knowing me, Krishna, as the knower of all offerings and austerities, as the supreme master of all worlds, and as the lover of all beings.